keep me on my head on a swivel. We got 2 minutes here until jobs numbers come out. So what are we thinking?
New Zealand CAD hit stop loss. So that's a new high. Yeah, that was a wrong chart. There we go. So I'm like, okay, if it's gonna go bearish, let's wait for the return of it, so we don't have the typical thing that they do say, don't hold trades for too long in loss. So
Ivan, quick question for you. I think did you decided to hop out of your NZD CAD trade early, like you controlled that loss, right? Because you said, hey, it's making higher highs, let me go ahead and get out of there, kind of thing. I think I saw your message about that. Is that right? Nice.
Here, I got out here. So that is a break of that one, and there was a continuation higher highs. I was really hopeful. What is it? Yesterday evening, where it made a new low. I was like, yes, this is gonna go lower.
Yeah.
And no, it didn't.
Well, you know,
exactly the same.
Yeah, Tom, what were you gonna say? Go ahead.
Yeah, so I had exactly the same. There was so much. Those candles on the day chart were just telling us that sellers were sitting in there, you know, and it just broke all of those daily bearish wicks, basically. Yeah, and I got stopped out as well.
You can really see it on the daily chart. Like, that daily chart is aggressive. Guys, also, just to take over for a second here, we got 30 seconds here before the news. I just want to focus in on what is about to come in. So, of course, we have Jolt's job openings, going to impact probably some of the U.S. dollar pairs, possibly gold, and the S&P 500. And I just want to see what we get, and then we can maybe dive into some impacted markets here in terms of jobs. In 9.74 million jobs. We'll see what we get here on the numbers. If anybody in the audience has it, by the way, please feel free to share it in the chat. Sometimes Forex Factory is a little bit delayed. Ivan, if you have it sooner, also feel free to share it as well. I know sometimes you have it like right away. On a dollar here, 1 hour chart.
Do you have any questions about any of our products or services? Right now, members of the A1 Trading team are standing by, waiting to assist you. You can head over to our website, a1trading.com, and click the icon in the bottom right-hand corner to chat with one of our team members live. You can also go to a1trading.com/contact and fill out the Contact Us form, and someone will get back to you shortly. We have our helpful and friendly members of our support staff ready to chat with you anytime Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So what are you waiting for? If you have any questions, feel free to chat with us live right now on the A1 Trading website.
It says pending here on Forex Factory. All right, there it is.
9.59 million.
Okay, so slightly less than expected job openings here in the U.S. Very interesting and possibly market moving here. Yep, dollar coming down here a little bit, which is exactly what you might expect, especially ahead of a Fed meeting. If jobs show any signs of slowing, it could show, of course, jobs a lead indicator, a powerful indicator of inflation as well. So, Ivan, any first reactions to this release?
Yeah, it's always fun to have a release. As long as I can make my New Zealand trades go into profit, then I will be happy. But now I'm out of dollars, so and also pound, as you mentioned earlier, I would say it's a bit too much up and down for me. So even though this makes dollar bullish, bear, sorry, I'll still have to wait. You know, this is still a low. Australian dollar maybe makes a new high. So I'm still very much dollar isn't where I wanted to be. For me to be bearish on it.
Ivan, explain this one to me. Why is the S&P dropping on that?
What is
job openings?
What is
down.
Jolston? But what is Jolston? Job openings, right?
Right.
So there is less money being made by businesses because if they're making a lot of money, they will hire more people. So that would mean that the businesses and stock market shouldn't do as good as. Where's my calendar? Yeah, it's not as good as. So that's why dollar will weaken, but also S&P would fall.
Yeah, so interesting. So we're kind of getting this reaction here, and making me feel a little bit better about my S&P trailing stop getting hit here this morning. Is there any bottom that you like on this, Ivan, or are you just out of the way when it comes to the S&P?
Oh, I buy blindly. I don't care if it's fall, summer, winter. I just buy whenever it is at the beginning of the month. And
well,
technically,
you're talking about long-term investment. Let's talk trading here
because
anything
if it's
shorter
trading
term.
S&P, it's difficult. It's difficult. It's try to catch the bottom kind of a thing, and then it goes up again kind of a thing. So I actually do not. Once it broke that low there at 41.60, it can go all the way down to 40.60 technically until it reverses again. So I'm very ambivalent. Is that what they call it? Yeah.
Sure.
I want to stay away from it right now.
That's probably also a good, I was gonna say probably a good call to be very cautious. Regardless, you're kind of jumping in front of a freight train when it comes to the Fed meeting tomorrow. Tom, any idea on the indices? Take your pick if you want to look at Nasdaq, Dow, S&P. Do you have any that you're interested in?
They're all at, excuse me, they're all at difficult levels. I mean, S&P, is clearly in an uptrend, but it's at an area of resistance. Mm-hmm. So I struggle with this. I can't buy into resistance. So this is what we're seeing on the S&P daily chart. So we're just at difficult levels for me. So I can't buy into that. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq. I think that's similar. Yeah, we're at these daily highs here. Yeah, we're at these daily highs. If I see this push on, start breaking these daily highs, then, I'm interested in longs. But, with that poor employment data, let's see how it reacts. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking for longs. If you look at the weekly chart here, there's room for me to the upside. Yeah, we're clearly...
This is NASDAQ here.
Yeah, this is the NASDAQ, guys, sorry. So we're clearly in an uptrend, and look at this weekly candle. Yeah, so lots of buyers, and I still think there's room to the upside, but on that day chart it's stuttering a bit, at these highs, so difficult for me to buy this as yet. Potentially if we got a bit of a retrace down to the moving average 20, even back down to this level, my bias is still long.
Sure.
But yeah, I need some value. I need a retrace before I start taking any buys on any of the indices, really.
No, that makes sense. And to your point there, Tom and Ivan, you guys both pointed out exactly what I was thinking as well. So on my recent trade that I've been covering on the channel, you guys both pointed out the previous high on the S&P. And what I kind of thought would happen here, I was feeling a little bit maybe overly optimistic. When we had the break here, we broke above, things looked promising, and I said, hey, this is looking great. I'm going to go ahead and trail my stop just below this wick low and lock this in. You guys mentioned with NZD CAD, there was signs of selling, and then it completely changed directions. Same thing happened to me on the buy side with my S&P trade, because again, price shot through here and I said, hey, this looks like it's got a runway in front of it to keep going. And sure enough, it pulled the old 1-2 and dropped back. Of course, I trailed out of it. I'm feeling okay about it. But similar to you guys, I'm probably not interested in jumping in unless, Tom, to your point, we get a deeper pullback. And Ivan, to your point, we have the Fed meeting tomorrow. So I'm not necessarily willing to jump in. And this is why we do this, as a community on the channel here on the live streams, is because you got to be aware of this stuff, and many new traders might jump into something right before a Fed meeting and have no idea that the price is about to, I think we've all been there, done that before. So a bit of a tough time. We haven't talked about gold yet. Ivan, do you have any thoughts on gold?
Can I be the party pooper? Can I be
Sure.
like...
Party
Is there
people,
range?
bring it in.
Like,
We need that.
what are we even talking about? Oh, gold is rising! What's going on? Come on! Like, it's range, bro. Like, what kind of value, what kind of trend is this? We are trend traders. We're not opportunistic people.
Right.
We wait for our strategy to come together, and I don't see anything. I might be blind. Maybe I need glasses, but I see a range.
I don't think you're being a party pooper, because this chart has been, in my opinion, probably one of the most frustrating charts that I've looked at in a couple months, because gold has just consistently stayed between 2010 and 1975. And I'm feeling like a broken record because, you know, people as content creators, people love trading their gold. And this is why, guys, I think that, you know, when we bring on Ivan and Tom, both experienced traders, and you hear me talking through this stuff, we don't trade a single chart. And I know that a lot of times it's popular for people to say like, oh, stick to what you know, stick to one thing you trade. But what if what you trade range bounds for like 3 months and you have no trades, you have nothing to do? So, you know, and of course you guys could see, we've talked about several markets here. Tom pulled up his NZD ideas, and Ivan with Aussie ideas. We're here sort of exchanging ideas because the rotation changes. Things that we're trading sort of change over time. So, Tom, any thoughts on gold? And if so, what would get you guys interested in gold? What would have to happen with the gold price to get you interested?
A small miracle. It's disgusting price action. It's
Yeah.
You know, it's horrible, like you say. I mean, it's just in this, you know, this box of indecision, you know. And even if we leave this box of indecision, which is disgusting, you know, even if we come up here, if we leave the box, we're still coming into immediate resistance. And if we break to the downside, we're still coming into immediate support. You know, if, like you say, if gold was the only thing you looked at, you might not have a trade for 12 years at this rate. You know, it's you just cannot, you know, even if we have a break, it's going to find resistance or support. It's become untradeable, really. You know, It's just, difficult to trade that one.
Very different than the, you know, you look just slightly left on your chart there, and you've got March trending beautifully to the upside. You know, you've got April making these beautiful moves. This was much more tradable than, to Ivan's point, you know, I don't think you're being a party pooper. I think you're just sort of calling it what it is. It's just a range-bound, indecisive market.
Don't forget to check out the links in the description if you want our broker recommendation, access to our free Discord, free Edge Finder, or want to chat with us on Telegram. Remember, you can watch us live in the markets every morning starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we have lots more free trading tools and content available on our website, a1trading.com. Thanks for watching.